Our world is at war. Only the old can remember a time without fear, without bloodshed. Defeat followed victory. Victory followed defeat. No one could gain the decisive advantage. Only now is there an end in sight. Who would ever have thought that it would fall to someone like me, an old archaeologist, to put an end to this madness? And I didn't find the key to ending the war on one of my expeditions. Not deep in some dark dungeon, nor on the peak of a fiery mountain. No, I found it in an old book. I only hope that luck has not abandoned us. What's happened to Beetle and the Archmage's men? Doesn't he know how...
So then, you're MacGuffin, are you? Archaeologist, adventurer, and future trophy on my mother's living room wall.
And you are Monkus, dastardly son of the Archwitch Mortroga. What do you want from me?
I think you know that. Where is it? We know that your feeble-minded servant was on the way to that damned magical trickster Alistair.
I won't tell you anything.
Take him away. Mother has ways and means of squeezing what we need to know out of him.
After all, what's likely to happen? Oh well, we're several days away from the wildlands. It's just as safe here as in the elf burrow. Oh, them? If it was left up to them, I'd just be spending the whole day... What's going on? No, of course I won't do anything stupid. You're right, we should get help. Quick, back to the elf burrow. Oh boy. Let's do it. One end of the rope is knotted tightly. I could use it to swing onto the other side of the leg. The metal cage is fastened onto the dragon's harness. The old gremlin's in the cage. He hasn't noticed me yet. Hey, hello, you there?
Who are you?
More interesting to me is who you are and why someone's tried to kidnap you.
Professor MacGuffin's the name. I'm an archaeologist. I've discovered something important.
And they want it?
Oh, yes. You've no idea how much they want it.
Let me guess, your kidnappers up there want to use your knowledge to achieve world domination?
You may scoff, but they would have to skin me before I tell them what I know.
Okay then, I'll release you and let you mortals carry on playing at war.
No! We've got no time to lose. You must take this ring. Take it to the Archmage Alistair in the town of Seastone on the coast. He will send someone to my house. The book that describes where it is hidden is there in my secret cellar. He must get it to safety.
And what about you?
I will win you as much time as I can. I can endure torture for hours, days if need be. The pain, the humiliation, the agony of body and soul.
Perhaps I should just release you and we'll do without the pain and death bit.
That would, of course, also be an option. Less dramatic, but if you insist, I can hardly stop you.
How can I get you out of there?
Good question. This cage is well built and the lock won't be easy to deal with.
I could untie the cage and then it would smash when it hits the ground.
Just like my old bones. But it's not a bad idea. On the way to Mortroga's fortress, we'll fly over the White Ridge Mountains. Everything's covered in snow there, and the dragon will fly low over the peaks. We could try it there.
That was a joke. The chances of that working are about 1,000,000 to 1.
I can't see any other way to escape. Fighting is not an option.
Let me see how the cage is fastened.
You do that. I'll be here if you need me.
No idea what's going on here, but I should probably release the old gremlin before we get into enemy territory. We'll have to see how we go after that. I wonder what secret that old gremlin's hiding. If the Shades are daring to venture so far into Alliance territory, it must be... That's the way up onto the dragon's back. I can't reach the support strut. Transport dragons can move great loads, like these barrels, wooden posts, and this big crate. I don't think that this stuff will help me a whole lot. This rope fastens the cage to the dragon. I have to undo it if I want to drop the cage onto the mountains. This is too tight. I won't be able to undo this just using my hands, but if I had a knife or a sword, I could perhaps cut the rope. That's the way up onto the dragon's back. I can't reach the support strut. This rope fastens the cage to the dragon. I have to undo it if I want to drop the cage. This is too tight. I won't be able to undo this just using my hands, but if I had... Hey, MacGuffin.
What is it?
The cage has been secured with a thick rope. I can't release it using my bare hands.
Then you'll have to cut through the rope.
Splendid idea, but I don't have a knife.
Then get your hands on one. My kidnappers up there are sure to be armed.
I fear that could be true. If I'm going to steal a knife from the kidnappers, then I need to get onto the back of the dragon. There's a support strut there. If I could reach it, I'd be able to pull myself up.
No problem. Here, take this.
A whip?
It's always served me well. You can use it as a rope.
I'll just carry on then. You wait here. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da.
What? Yes, I was evil. And beastly. Yes, I'll bring him with me, Mother. Yes. I have to go. Why? I'm steering a dragon, remember? You know, I'm not being curt with you. Yes. Good. Yes. I'll see you later. Love you too. Oh, by the gods, how I hate her! No, not much longer, Monkus, not much longer. Soon you will have... But you have to be careful, Monkus. And you are talking.
There appears to be some truth in the gremlin's story. It's vital that I rescue him. If I remain right here on the outside, then they won't be able to spot me from the driver's cabin. I could really do with one of those swords, but I can't reach the stand without the sorcerer seeing me. I could really do with one of those swords, but I can't reach... An old cardboard box. It seems to be some kind of emergency kit if the dragon crash lands. There are a few moth-eaten blankets in the box, a bit of dried meat covered in white mould, and a blue and red potion, and a line with a fish hook. It looks quite serviceable. I'll take it with me. No chance. I'd have to hit the handle exactly despite the high wind. And even if I manage that, I'll never get the sword over here quietly. Stick with the flag of the Shadow Army. The stick's been tied loosely to the railing. Got it, and the sorcerer hasn't noticed. I'll knot the line to the tip of the stick, and hey presto, I've got a fishing rod. I should warn MacGuffin that we're in business. Perhaps he might change his mind. I could cut the rope with the sword. I should warn MacGuffin that we're in business. Perhaps he might change his mind. Hey, MacGuffin.
What is it?
So what is this discovery of yours?
I can't tell you. Too dangerous. And actually, well...
What do you mean?
I found a clue in an old book as to where the artifact...
Artifact? It? This is getting more and more cliché.
Cliché? The struggle of good against evil is never cliché.
You mentioned your secret cellar. Is that where the book's hidden? Pretty risky. I've got a sword and can cut through the rope as...
Fine. I'm ready when you are. We're over the mountains. It's now or never.
Are you really sure?
Yeah. But if I don't survive, or they catch me, then you'll have to fetch the book from my...
You mean, if you die, the young, sexy elf will become the hero of this story rather than an old, disheveled...
Don't talk, just cut me free!
The right moment is close. There's the mountain. Good luck, MacGuffin.
Wilbur, working hard at it, saving the world.
I'm almost done, you.
I could see. Beavering away, eh? What were you this time? A knight riding high on his horse? Or one of those funny little mages again, eh? Hey, hero. I've got a job for you. A quest. Send my new house robot off on a rat hunt. That rat's got it in for my precious hops, and if I don't plant them, beer's going to be a wee bit scarce.
I've never heard of a hero having to catch rats.
You're not a hero yet, laddie. You're still my helper. And that being the case, you'd better get your act together. Then you can finish up here and go and have some more heroic daydreams. I need to go and do a quality control check on barrels 2034 to 2038. I've got a feeling there might be something wrong with the 2030 batch. We'll see, we'll see.
A thieving rat. Devious and dangerous. It always runs into its little hole when I get too close. The pipes run through the walls and floor. They are part of the central beer supply system, which runs through the whole bastion. A dwarf-sized crowbar. So it's pretty big. That's the Master Brewer's favourite spot. He likes to relax there in the evenings. It's a map. It says the country's best pubs on it. It shows the area reaching from our beautiful White Ridge Mountains down to the sea, where the humans live on the coast. Dwarfs are excellent stonemasons. That fireplace is proof. A large crate. It must have been delivered as I swept. Let's see. Not a chance. I'll never get this crate open with my bare hands. Let's see. What's that? Ah, a user manual. An X100 house robot. A practical helper for home and garden. It's off. Looks like there's no power. Wood elvish. Succubushish. Here we are. Dwarven. Thank you for purchasing an X100 house robot, the latest in house robot technology. Feed the X100 the stinking remains of your disgusting existence, but absolutely no broccoli or Brussels sprouts. Rats. There. Rat care. Rats breeding. Rat hunted. Rat hunted. In order to hunt rats or vermin of any kind, you must first feed the X100 with DNA from your target. DNA carriers include hair, blood, sweat, snot, and other things. Okay, so first I have to give the robot a little garbage appetizer to start it up before I feed it the main course, rat DNA. Finally, a simple rat trap. I call it A History of Dwarven Cuisine, the Last 3 Weeks by Wilbur Weathervane. Ugh. The sun is pretty low. It'll be a tin coffee pot. It hasn't been used and guaranteed not for coffee. The master brewer doesn't trust non-alcoholic drinks. The coals in the oven have kept the stove warm. The stove isn't used much, though this morning the master brewer heated up a few beer sausages on it. The stove is still a little warm. The stove is still a little warm. You couldn't cook it. A pile of dirty dishes. The longer the other dwarves are away, the less attention. I'd point it out to the master brewer, but then I'd be the one who ends up washing it all up. An old, rather dirty cooking pot. Ugh! Mutant slime. Maybe I should have thrown out the rest of that chocolate pudding. There is no way I'm taking that pot with the evil slime in it. Slime can be really evil. Bad slime. I don't really think I'll be able to scoop the slime out of that pot. The master brewer says these kettles are used to make beer. This is his private setup. The master brewer says it's very easy to brew beer. Still, he did go to school for years to learn how. Love our beautiful White Ridge Mountain. Dwarven fast food, but I'm not hungry. This pump can be used to pump water up from deep, although I wouldn't bet on it still working. I thought so. Broken. The dwarves have a lot of work ahead of them when they get back. If they come back. The rubbish bin is almost overflowing. Presumably it's my job to empty it, but... I know. A very roughly knotted net with loose ends. Maybe it's used for fruit, although I've never seen any fruit around here. The master brewer prefers heartier fare. The stove is still a little warm. You couldn't... I'm not likely to be able to catch the slime with the net. It's too slimy. I don't really think I'll be able to scoop the slime out of that. I'm not likely to be able to catch the slime with the net. It's too slimy. That is the Bastion's emblem. Actually, an entire battalion of dwarves. Each battalion consists of 7 companies, which in turn, each platoon consists of 7 squads. Dwarves have this thing for the numbers. According to the manual, the Let's see how it likes this. Aha! It works. Ugh! It looks like the X100 really liked that rubbish. At least it's purring like a cat. Now I just have to get it to hunt like one. A thieving rat. Devious and... The robot is already chock full of disgusting leftovers. It can't... That seems to be the rat hole where the little beast plans its raids. The rat has chewed through the wood. There's some fur hanging from a splinter. Ooh, I'll take that. And now the fur. A source of rat DNA. And it's gone. It won't be back anytime soon either. Problem solved. The X100 makes a pretty good rat hunter. I just hope it never mistakes me for a rat. It did its job and promptly switched itself. Our rat hunter here is quite... To be honest, I'm not going to put my hand in there without a very good reason. Who knows what the rat has hidden there? Maybe rotten food, or already digested food, or even more rats. To be honest, I'm not going to put my hand in there without a very good reason. Maybe rotten food, or even more. Actually, dwarfs have a thing for... But when it comes to the... I used to be really afraid of that fireplace. Hello, Master Brewer, sir.
Aye, aye.
The rat's gone.
I saw. It's amazing what you little gnomes can puzzle out, eh? The rat's lost his appetite for my hops at any rate. He won't be coming back for a while.
Can I call it a day now?
Course you can. Safe home, my lad. See you tomorrow.
Did you know there's an evil slime living in a pot in the kitchen?
Oh, yes, it nicked a sausage off me this morning.
Well, doesn't that bother you?
Well, yes. Live and let live, I say. As long as it doesn't develop a taste for beer.
Is everything okay with the beer?
That's not so easy to say. It's complicated with beer. You initially think, that tastes good. But then, bam! The finish is all off. Earthy and musty, and there's nothing you can do.
Where are the other dwarves anyway?
All away fighting. You know that. There's been nobody here except me for years. If you weren't here, lad, I'd...
What's the news from the front? The Alliance is winning.
It's a proper mess. They just swing back and forth. It's been like that for years. Neither side has the advantage. Today, we take Finsterberg, and tomorrow the Shadow Army plunders Auenheim. Today, we take care of Garrett the Throat Slitter, and tomorrow they nobble Bella Sunnithaw. At the moment, we've got Mortroga's fortress under siege, the old Archwitch. Not getting anywhere fast, though. It could still be years before either...
Hopefully we do.
Aye, let's hope so.
Do you miss the other dwarves a lot?
Aye, there's not much going on here now. Stone Chomper and Bolin the Bear, Peppo and Talon. And then, of course, there was Billant, our leader with his golden tankard. Now I've only got you here. You're not exactly a party animal.
Maybe the other dwarves will come back soon.
Aye, and then they'll tell their tales of adventure, the times they've had and what they've been through. And me, I can only listen on.
I'd like to hear their stories, seeing as though I'm not with them myself. Bye.
See you later, lad.
And another day ends. And, as usual, I didn't save any princesses or fight any... I chased a rat off, and I didn't even do it myself. It's going to take more than that before my statue stands next to Knight Tilo in the hall.
Hey, you! Boy! You've got to get me out of here! Quickly, please. I was abducted. An elf freed me. They want... You've got to believe me. I have the key to something that could determine the fate of the war. Listen, boy. It's too late. You see this ring? It's the key. Take it to the human archmage in the town of Seastone. You understand?
But...
All of our fates depend on it.
Oh, dear, nobody's going to believe this. There's no way I'll make it down to the human town by the sea on my own. I need help. I should ask the Master Brewer for help. Or Grandad. He fought for the Alliance. A rolled-up tarpaulin. The tarps are supposed to offer the stonemasons. They have to be pretty tough if they're out there. I'm not climbing up there, it's all iced up. I'd probably end up breaking my neck. Probably the statue of some famous dwarven leader. Apparently the statue is not quite finished. Still, That's the entrance to my family's gnome hole. We've been living here for generations. There's no way I can walk all the way to Seastone. That's many days' march through these mountains. The bastion looks so impressive. However, many of the halls and originally, hundreds of dwarves were supposed to live here to defend the Mountain Kingdom's northern front. Now the Master Brewer and my family are the only ones left. A chair. This chair is completely uninteresting. Like I said, a chair to sit on. One of my dad's inventions. He calls it a time measurometer. It splits the day into 2 periods of 12 hours each and shows which hour we are currently in. Sometimes I think that thing uses time up instead of just showing it. Another one of Dad's inventions, he calls it eclecticity or something. It's got something to do with hamsters. We used to have jelly glowfish all over the walls. I found that a little cozier. That door is part of Dad's living space optimization unit. Behind it is sort of a car park for rooms. Those are the controls for our living space optimization unit. My father invented them. That's the lever for my parents' bedroom. I can't use it until they get back. That's the lever for my little sister's bedroom. She builds combat robots, and she kind of hinted that she knows how to protect her privacy. This is my very cool room. My old Gnome Scout rucksack. Pretty tough, that, but somehow I always had the feeling it could have been a little larger. I wonder if putting small bags and pouches in it would increase the rucksack's capacity. Hey, my mechanical flying fish Nemo. How did you get there? One of the few technical devices I ever built. Well, to be honest, actually my father and my sister really, but I did watch. It still works. A solid example of gnome technology, if I do say so myself. Oh, I can't reach that. It's still a totally uninteresting chair, which is absolutely it. Okay, whatever. A beautiful big white horse. What is your problem? A chair is a chair is a chair. I'm not... The chair, of course. That's the key to it all. Not a chair. This chair is completely uninteresting. That's my family. Right now, just Grandad and I are holding down the fort. The others are all at a technology trade show down south. My dad is a mechanic and a physicist. He primarily works on, things. Mother is just a whole wife and geneticist. The baby is my little sister Sydney. I think she'll be a researcher too. She once doubled her baby phone's data transfer rate using nothing but a rattle and a rubber ball. My other little sister is Meggie, my parents' pride and joy. She mainly concentrates on robotics, combat robots to be exact. Grandad is a war veteran and conducts secret military research, whenever Dad lets him in the workshop, that is. Looks like I'm the proverbial exception to the rule. I'd rather go out into the world and become a mage, a hero like Knight Tilo. But someone has to look after Grandad and the Master Brewer. I'm more of a local, unsung hero. That's my family. Right now, just Grandad, my dad, mother, she won. My other Grandad looks like I'd rather... And down we go.
Halt! Who's there?
Hi, Grandad. It's me.
I doubt it. What's the password?
Nuclear first strike, sir.
Correct. What do you want?
A gremlin gave me this ring. He said it's very important. He said the ring has to be delivered to the Archmage as quickly as possible.
A ring? Have you checked it for contamination?
What?
For curses, hexes, poison. What am I talking about? Of course you have. No one would accept a ring from a gremlin and not check it for curses. Dangerous little blighters, those gremlins. You shouldn't feed them after midnight, you know.
The gremlin said this ring could decide the course of the entire war.
Decide the course of the war? That would be... Where is this gremlin?
He's been kidnapped. He barely had time to give me this ring. It should be taken to the Archmage as quickly as possible.
The Archmage? Yes. He'd know what to do. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've trained for.
This is the hour in which a stout youngster becomes an adult. The hour of glory. The hour of fame. Hour!
But what do you mean stout?
Does everyone know what they have to do?
No.
Right, men. Let it be so.
Grandad has this thing about secrecy. I think he's afraid of Shadow Army spies or something. Something my granddad is working on. No idea what it is. And I'm pretty certain I don't want to know either. I like my granddad, but his inventions are usually pretty dangerous. A huge machine, I mean, even for Grandad. He's really taking advantage of Mum and Dad being away. Dad's vice brings back a lot of memories. Painful, mostly. Dad's vice brings back a lot of memories. A thin, silvery elven rope. It's very light and almost unbreakable. That's Dad's spare toolbox. Well, he took his everyday tools, his travel tools, and his finest tools with him. Let's see. What have we here? Wrench, pliers, auger grease, a minotaur foot, a curse meter. I'll just take the entire box. Ah, an old extension arm. Very handy if you're too small to reach an object. Kind of a widespread problem amongst us gnomes. Parts of some machine or something. If it's useless, it's Dad's. If it's broken, it's Grandad's. And if it's dangerous, it's from my sister Meggie. That's one of Grandad's great inventions. A ship which travels underwater. It can already sink. The locker won't open. It was badly damaged 2 years ago in a devastating spring cleaning explosion. Those are jelly glowfish lamps. As long as you feed them every couple of weeks, they're good for years of light. They used to hang all over the hall. Now these two are all we have left. Dad's vice. A heavy gold ring. Ooh, it feels warm. There is some fine script on the inside, but I can't make out what it says. Grandad?
Call me Colonel.
Just what exactly are we to do?
We just discussed that. You get the equipment. I'll sort out the means of transport.
Equipment for what?
For what? For your journey to the town of the humans, of course. You need to pay more attention, my boy.
I'm supposed to... I thought someone else...
Who? I very much doubt you'll find anyone else here who's prepared to look death in the eye. This is your chance to be a tragic hero, my boy. A painful loss for the Alliance. Don't you want to be a hero?
Sure, I'd like to do something exciting, but I'm not sure I'm ready to try being...
Try? Then There is no try, only do. This is your chance. You'll be a hero, and I'll show everyone that this old gnome is still good for something. So, here's the plan. You get yourself some good gear. I'll sort out the means of transport.
All right. I can have a look around, but no promises. This ring, do you really think it could end the war?
I don't know if there's anything that can end this war.
The gremlin said it would change all our fates. Maybe it's a powerful magic ring.
We are simply soldiers, my boy. We fight when we are told to. Don't worry yourself about anything else.
Sounds sensible. Do you know the Archmage? Have you ever met him?
I've never met him. After all, he's a great leader, and I'm just a simple, highly decorated gnome colonel. But I've heard lots about him. He's a powerful mage, of course. He's an advisor to the king, and he's our most powerful alchemist and chief of the Secret Service. He lives in a tower down by the sea in Seastone. Of course, being the important man he is, he's always away on business.
I hope he's there. I always wanted to meet a real mage.
If he's not there, you'll have to wait for him or go and look for him. You must only give the ring to the Archmage in person, you hear me? No one else. Give me your word of honor. If the ring really is important, then it shouldn't be our fault if it lands in the wrong hands.
Okay. I swear I'll give it to the Archmage personally. I'm supposed to travel to a human town in your machine, right?
Absolutely, it's the quickest way.
And the safest?
Absolutely, it's the quickest way.
About my equipment.
Yes, have you got everything?
I don't know. What exactly should I take?
Let me think. You need a helmet. You can fight without legs, but you can't fight without a head.
Without legs?
And you need a map of the area. Reconnaissance is everything. We are living in the information age.
So I need a map and a helmet. Got it.
And then, of course, you'll need a parachute. Better to be safe than sorry.
Just why I mean a parachute?
Just a precaution.
What am I supposed to be getting?
What am I supposed to be getting again? Helmet, map and parachute.
Thanks, Grandad. Sir, I'll go look for the rest of my gear.
You do that. But remember, never look a Medusa in the eye. And never look at anyone on the underground.
Right. Oh, I can't reach that. I could reach high enough using the arm, but how am I supposed to grab hold? That won't work. I could reach high enough using the arm, but how am I supposed to grab hold? That won't work. My mother is a real housewife. She spends her time on chemistry, biology, genetics, and that kind of stuff. I think I'll just leave that alone. We gnomes have a golden... Those are my mum's plants. She grows up. She keeps trying to genetically change the plants so they can... The plants have grown. I could have sworn they weren't here. Mum probably uses a really good fertilizer. A flower pot full of potting soil. Doesn't look like Mother planted anything in there. Doesn't... Our kitchen. Our flour mill. Mother makes sure we eat a healthy diet. One day we'll all be big and strong, comparatively. There's still some grain in the funnel. Barley, I think. Master Merlin's antibacterial kitchen cleaner. The dirt disappears like magic. If only I could cast spells like Merlin, or any other household cleaner for that matter. Mum hid the knives as a precaution. After Grandad's knife-throwing training classes last year, she doesn't trust us anymore. A pale blue glowing liquid. Something tells me it's probably not good for you. My mum wrote super fertilizer on it, probably one of her genetic experiments. Those cogs belong to Dad's living space optimization unit. I don't even know what to do with one handful of barley. Why do I need two then? I don't even know what to do with one handful of barley. Why do I need two then? A good handful of barley from my mother's kitchen. A good handful of barley from my mother's kitchen. Why should I fertilize potting soil when there's nothing planted in it? I don't even know what to do with one handful of barley. Why do I need two then? My old tennis racket, although I was never very good. The catgut is missing. What did I use that for? I'd never been able to pull the rope tight enough to get a useful tension on it. And anyway, I can't play tennis without a ball. Besides, I have more important things to do than play tennis. To put it succinctly, no. I'd never been able to pull the rope tight enough to get a useful tension on it. And anyway, I can't play tennis without a ball. Besides, I have more important things to do than play tennis. To put it succinctly, I'll just knot the loose ends around the frame. Done. I wouldn't want to play tennis with it, but it does make a fine scoop net. I could reach high enough using the arm, but how am I supposed to grab hold? That won't work. That won't work. How am I supposed to attach the tarpaulin to the backpack? I'll thread the rope through the eyes around the edge of the tarpaulin. Done. Let's see. If I pull the rope through the eyes on the rucksack... Yes, that should work. There we go. A parachute. At least I know what the parachute's for. The map and the helmet make a little more sense. I should think about getting them next. Master Brewer, sir! Hello? Master Brewer, sir! Where are you? Master Brewer, sir! Master Brewer!
What? What?
We have to tell the other dwarves. There was this gremlin in a cage and he gave me this ring and...
What kind of ring, then?
This ring! It's a very important ring. The gremlin said all our fates...
Wilbur, I really don't have time for this kid stuff. I've got more important things to do.
But the ring has to be delivered to the Archmage down in the human town. The gremlin said it could end the war.
Listen, laddie, that's a ring. What's it supposed to be able to do?
It's... I have to. The gremlin wasn't lying.
Just think about it. When has anybody ever given an important ring to a little being like a gnome? That sort of thing just doesn't happen.
But...
That's enough. Now, go home. It's getting late.
I guess I can't expect any help from the Master Brewer. The map shows the area between here and the human town of Seastone. It's worth a try. Yikes!
What's happening?
Oh, nothing much. I just scared off a pixie.
What, here? At this time of year? The beasties are getting more and more cheeky.
Phew, that was close. I can't get to the map as long as he's sleeping there. I'll have to distract him somehow. I can't grab it with the arm, and anyway, I might wake him. I'll have to distract him somehow. The pot could make a perfect helmet, but how do I get rid of that slime? Slime can be really evil. Bad slime. I can't get close enough. It'll snap at me and slime me. A perfect fit. Now we can make long-reaching attacks on bacteria. Now I'm going to do something I should have done a long time ago. It's too bad that slime had to be so evil. Now that's a helmet fit for a hero. It only stinks a little bit. So that's 2 of the 3 pieces of gear already. All I need now is the map. The stove is still a little warm. You couldn't cook anything on it, but you could eat something up. Back where you belong, on the stove. To be honest, I'm not going to put my hand in there without a very good reason. Who knows what the rat has hidden there? Maybe rotten food, or already digested food, or even more rats. It did its job and promptly switched itself off again. Our rat hunter here is quite the energy hog. The robot gets its energy from rubbish. That's got the power supply sorted out then. No, I can't. Well, maybe I can. I'm going to burn in hell for this, guaranteed. I wonder if that would work. At least it would distract the Master Brewer a bit.
Oh!
Ah! Hello? Stop! That wasn't supposed to happen. I have a feeling that wasn't such a brilliant idea. Oh, I like Master Brewer.
That was amazing. The eternal struggle of dwarf against machine. And I won!
Are you okay?
Of course! And why not? You think a stupid tin bucket's going to beat a proper dwarf? No chance. That was good. Something's happening at last. Cause for celebration. I think we should drink to that.
I think he's drunk with victory, so he shouldn't see anything. I have it. The map of the area. And that's the last of my gear. I must get back. Hello, Master Brewer.
Aye.
I talked to my granddad. He wants to help me get to the human town.
Yeah? Well, of course he will. But don't you think he's a few...
My granddad is a great soldier and inventor.
Of course he is. Of course he is. His flying machines were mostly a bit... honestly, son, if your grandpa reckons...
Granddad and I will show everyone. When the robot started in on you, I never...
It was an epic dwarf against machine.
Mind? How did you destroy it?
I hit him as hard as I could with heavy objects until sparks started leaping out of him.
Oh, a shrewd tactic.
Too right. But he did land a couple on me. Look what he did to my beard.
Oh.
I was so tanked up with...
I have to go. Enjoy the celebration.
Yeah.
And down we go. Excuse me, Colonel Grandad?
Yes, report back.
I have the pot. Helmet.
Excellent, soldier. The helmet will protect you from physical attacks. You can even sit on it and use it as a saucepan.
Ooh, how practical.
Let me see your helmet.
It's not all that great, I know, but...
What? It's a good helmet, and it's going to protect a good soldier. That is, of course, as long as the enemy doesn't attack with dragons, or has wizards in its ranks, or magical swords, and doesn't go for your head.
Maybe I should look for some armor with magic.
Poppycock! That helmet will do.
I got a map.
Excellent! My commanding officer always said good maps are half the battle. Of course, you won't be needing it if everything goes well.
If what goes well?
But if not, it's always good to have a map with you, what?
I have a parachute.
Fantastic! Parachutes are hard to come by and are difficult to make yourself. After all, you'd only want to entrust your life in a quality product, not something makeshift you've patched together yourself.
Trust my life? But, of course. I mean, of course not. So, that's the last of my gear.
Excellent. We could get going if only my damn machine would work. But you can't find a thing in this house. No nitroglycerin, no dragon hide armor, no concentrated pillars of salt, no full mithril jacket bullets. Nothing.
What do you need all that for?
For what? It's a war!
But we just want to deliver the ring to the Archmage. Don't you think a sled...
What? I need a nitroglycerin substitute. Something highly explosive. The only thing that comes to mind is good old dwarven ale.
Dwarven ale?
Devilish stuff. We reduced complete countries to ash and rubble with it. We loved the smell of dwarven ale in the morning.
Okay, I'll get you some dwarven ale. Anything else?
Yes, I need a cog. A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and lock ring locking. It's not a standard size, and I can't find one anywhere.
A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and locking lock ring. Sounds familiar.
Come back when you've got the stuff. I'll sort out the rest. But bear in mind, the Dark Lord knows all of your thoughts.
Right. Dad's vice brings back a lot of memories. Doesn't look like Mother planted anything in there. Gotcha. I don't even know what to do with one. Our kitchen. Like I said, a chair to sit on.